So you probably already know this, but it's really difficult to convince anyone to go into assisted living or a care home, memory care. These are really challenging things, and most people don't want to do it. In fact, most of us, the loved ones of the people that probably should be going into assisted living or a care home, also don't like that idea because we don't want to do that either. And so I've had as a goal for my company to help people stay home as long as possible, until I found out that my mom needed 24-hour care and that my mom needed a lot of help. And once I started pricing it out and figuring out what her budget was and what we could do as a family, we figured out really quick that that would be a real strain on all of us and on my mom, and it's probably not a realistic strategy. So I went out to take a look at what the different options in our area are. And I found out that I can do this thing called placement, which, so here I was, an owner of a caregiving, specifically a caregiving company, and I was starting to research and go out and looking for what placement opportunities were out there for my mom. And then all of a sudden I figured out, well, this isn't quite easy either, because there's lots of different options. I'm not sure what they all are. And it should be nice to be working with somebody who actually knew this stuff. And so after I had to find out the hard way on how to do this, I thought, I have a great idea. Why don't I learn how to do all this and then help other people do this? And so I morphed my company from just caregiving to two other aspects. One is placement and the other is real estate. So whether somebody calls me for caregiving, for placement, or for real estate, now I have an answer for them. So now instead of just trying to solely keep people at their home, I now have kind of an arrangement. I now have an array of options for them, whether that's independent living, assisted living, care homes, memory care. We have in-home care just 3 days a week, or overnight care, or 24-hour care. There's all these different options for people. And each one of these has a different price tag. Each one of these things has a different benefit. And for the people that actually leave their home and go somewhere else, or maybe their parent passes away, I've also got a network of real estate agents that I now work with that are kind of customized to the neighborhoods that we work with the most. So if you're looking for somebody in that area, let me know and I can refer a real estate agent to you. So how do we do all this? Well, I try to simplify it as much as possible. So all you have to do is you have to call me on the phone. I'm going to actually talk to you, maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then we're going to come up with a strategy together. We're going to figure out, okay, is staying home the best option? And what are the prices for that? Is going to look at some places an option for you? Is selling the home a determining factor of how you're going to pay for all these things? So all of these three elements are kind of the main foundational pieces of what I talk to people about. And what I have found is that people start with me and they're frantic. They're overwhelmed. They're super stressed out. They don't know what to do. They don't know what options are out there. But by the time that I'm done with them and they're settled in, they have their life back. They have their job back. They have a new relationship with their loved one or their parent. Instead of being the caregiver, doing the dirty work, they're able to be their family member again, whether that's a son or a daughter or a spouse, a wife or a husband. It makes life a little easier, and you can sleep at night knowing that your family member is being taken care of. So all that said, give me a call. If you have questions, you'd like to just chat with me about the different options that are out there. There's some really cool new options. I'm going to highlight some of these things in other videos, but there's a new place in San Luis Obispo called Cuesta Rosa that isn't even out yet, but I can get you in before they open to kind of take a sneak peek preview of that. There's places like the Villages and the Oaks and the Creston Village up in Paso Robles, and there's some really nice places, but all these have different benefits and all these are suited a little differently than others. And I have a free service for you. So come talk to me. I have this free service that I help with placement. Or if you're just very particular about finding a caregiver, we have over 100 caregivers that we can refer out. And once again, it's just the first step is the hardest, and that is to give me a call. All right, we'll talk soon.